Hey everybody, Sandy here, aka Montolio, and we're back for another Vintage League. We're playing Hogaak-Vine, the Jund version today. We're on the draw. I seem to be not winning a lot of die rolls. I'm not sure why that is. This hand is once again a little bit land heavy. But perhaps once upon a time will help us out here. Lotus, yep. Brainstorm, yes. Okay, a Desperation Lotus. That's usually the only reason you do something like that. If they lock themselves here, that's just phenomenal. Yeah, Teffers is a nice one. That stops my root walls. Not happy about that. It's a nice play from my opponent. So they are playing the Displacer Kitten combo here. And that's one of the few ways that they can get me like that. Well, let's cast this and see what we can do. That was a really bad one. Okay, I did find a hollow one. So that is at least good for me. Just doesn't work. Now, they can force a will this. That would suck for me, but it just is what it is. Now that we have a Hogaak, we can cast this and use one of our fetches to be able to go and get a Dryad Arbor. Yeah, so they're trying to keep that off the table. So that wasn't a complete loss for us. Our opponent does not have anything they can currently bounce with the Fairy, despite they're pumping up to get 2 chances out of it here. They pitched a Displacer Kitten, which is the combo with the Fairy. So that is a win for us. It does cost 4 mana. I guess this turn we are probably just going to cast a Root Walla. And we're going to try and kill that card as fast as we can. Ooh, Ancestral. Yeah, don't like that. I think we're losing this one. I think the turn 1 to Fairy is just too hard to beat with this combo, but let's see. Yep, Ancestral's a nice one. All right. I still think I can spin here. I like the strip mine. next turn we will be able. Oh, I played the land already. Shit. We have to do that, right? I'm probably going to be penciled into wastelanding here, unless they've got a Mox and they can just go off. But we got to get rid of that Time Raveler. Hopefully they don't have a Time Walk here. There's a Mox. Okay, this could be the kitty combo. Okay. They can gush here and replay a land. Yep. I mean, we're just F6. There's nothing we can do here. Okay, Astrolabe. So we should be able to get a vine going here. My Vengevine should be able to kill their guy here. They are going to counter my Hogaak for sure. But the Vine is very strong here coming in at Teferi. Really disrupts their combo. Okay. That was big. Tinker? Mentor. Okay, Mentor is actually really brutal here. Oh, sweet. We're going to get a second Vine here. I think I value the tap land here more. Hopefully they don't have another force here. Okay, let's get in. Okay. Let's go. Yep. All right. So they got a pump up here. We've put them to 3 life. It is going to be hard for them. I don't know that they really want to fetch here. Like, I don't think they have a hull breacher. And the Ghast is a nice one there as well. So they're going to have to put up a good army here. Yep, they couldn't do it. So we got through a turn 1 to Fairy there. So that felt pretty good. I do think we want blasts. Like, we don't have a ton to actually mess with the Displacer Kitty. Force of Vigor, like, I don't know. They have a substantial amount of artifacts in their deck, I guess. Try something like this, maybe. Yeah, it seems reasonable. I mean, Leyline is not the best for us if they have that, but I guess we can figure that perhaps. But double Bloodghast is pretty good if we can get it into the yard. I like my hand. Keep this one. Okay, my opponent is kept. Is it a needle? Ancestral. That's a pretty good one. Okay. And the nice thing about the hand we have here is if there is a Tabernacle, the Bloodghasts are reoccurring. So we don't need to worry about them quite as much. I'm coming off figure. That's okay. That's all right. I think it's worth it. If a Teferi comes down, I just want to be able to attack into it. And if they want to send my Root Walla back to my hand, it's not the best value for them. And I think Teferi is a very real possibility here. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Very good turn for them. Well, I think I'm going to do this first, get the Bloodghast into play, and if they want to use their Soul Guide, then we can tap the Bazaar. I think that's the way I want to do this. Yeah. Okay. So they have chosen that they're not too concerned about what I'm doing here. I'd really like to not show them the Hogaak, but I feel a little bit bad doing that because I kind of need this for Pyroblast. And I only have so many of these lands. I just think it's a little bit greedy to do that. Oh, they're looking at forcing this here. That'd be pretty baller. I'm just going to slow them down as best I can here. Once again, I'm not too worried about the gas dying. They will sacrifice the Soul Guide Lantern, but I do have a Stitcher supplier in hand, so now if I have to use this Pyroblast here in a huge pinch, Academy, okay. I think my opponent is struggling on mana, perhaps. Maybe. Tabernacle. Okay. I did have a tab. Like, they have to respond here. Because once I guess they can let the trigger go in the stack, but they have to technically take the Hogaak before, so I might still be able to get a Gak here. Because I have a Lotus and a Bazaar trigger yet. If they let this trigger resolve, then I will have priority. And almost assuredly, that's not how they would have wanted to set this turn up. Like, they would have been better to crack the Soul Guide Lantern. Instead, they gave me a recurring Bloodghast. Okay, that does work. That does work. There's a couple Gaks there. But I do have one in my hand, which is good. Okay, no Teferi. Unfortunately, I need to pay for the Ghast here. I am going to pay for it this time. Okay. Now they got to crack it. I mean, they might have another swords here. Force, okay. What did they pitch? Sphinx, yeah, all right. I mean, I don't really want to get rid of these cards here. I'd like to keep the Pyroblast if I can. I think it could be a key card. But my opponent isn't doing much, so this time I will Bazaar. Dump Bazaar. I really do want to keep that Gak, but We will draw into one here eventually. Like my opponent's probably going to be tempted here very soon to crack that Soul Guide Lantern. I mean, I guess they have time, but if I draw fetch land, I guess they can respond to the actual fetching. Or if I actually rip a Dryad Arbor, we could be okay. Okay, here we go. What do they got? Teferi? Yeah. Very key, guys. Now they have to do it. I won't be able to do it even with the Lotus. I'll have to wait till next turn. We're chipping away here, though. What I could actually do, depending on what they do here, is I could just Bazaar end of turn, Bazaar my upkeep, and then I'll be able to do it. They have Swords of Plowshares, of course that doesn't work, but how many of my lands have I lost here? I feel like a couple of them already. We lost Bayou. Okay, so not too bad. So my opponent is doing something here. Is this a Displacer Kitten? Why would they need to fetch it for? Okay, my opponent's down to 10. Ooh, that's a nice one. They can get an Ancestral. Have they? No, they've used Ancestral already. Okay. And get Time Walk. No, they've used Time Walk. Okay. What can they get? Demonic Tutor. I guess they're not playing black. Swords. If they get a Swords here, I'm definitely going to churn to try and hit this Hogaak now. So they have to hit the Hogaak. They got a Swords. Okay. Or I could wait and try and find a Wasteland, but I think I like forcing them to use the Swords here. Okay, hitting Root Walla is not that great because I really want creatures in my yard and I can't. I guess I don't pay for it is what happens here. Maybe it was better to do it the other way around. So can I do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I unfortunately have to use my Lotus here. What I could do is I can use the Deathrite Shaman to tap a land, cast the Vengevine, tap the Vine and the Hogaak here. Yeah, I like that. Does that work? Yeah. And yes, it's going to get sorted. We gave up a bit of damage there, but I think that's all right. My opponent also needs to pay their tax. Try and get a block. I honestly don't even know that we churn our Bazaar anymore. I think we just want to take natural draws. Because I think we only have one Hogaak left in the deck. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, guys. And it's got haste. Wow, that's sweet, dudes. They're just gonna kill my ghast probably, or chump my vine. Probably kill my ghast. Just chumping the vine. So this is an interesting decision because I really would like to unlock my creatures here, but I think it's more important right now to just keep them off balance as much as I can. Okay. Yeah, they just conceded. All right, that was a hard-fought battle. I really feel good about how we won that game. Just kept our opponent off kilter the entire match. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like and subscribe button. We will see you for round 3.